Stadium. Next up, we turn our attention to women's singles. In fact, we've got two women's singles back-to-back. And first up is the number 3 seed, Wang Zhi Yi, the reigning and 2-time Asian champion. He's up against Blichfeldt of Denmark. So the number 3 seed has been moved to the number 1 seeded position, as are the rules of badminton nowadays. She replaces An-Se Young, the defending champion, who's withdrawn from the tournament. An-Se Young has had ongoing knee problems and sadly can't be with us here in Changzhou. So that's why the number 3 seed is at the top of the draw. Normally, of course, we have the number 1 seed at the top of the draw. So here is the reigning and 2-time Asian champion, and Blichfeldt, who has won both the European Games. That was last year, gold in Minsk. In fact, that wasn't last year, that was 2019 she won gold. Last year in Poland she won silver, losing out to Karolina Marin. So this will be just a second meeting between these two players. The only previous occasion was won by Wang Zhi Yi, and that was in the Indonesian Masters 500 event last year. In the second round, incidentally, in Istora Senayan at the Indonesian Masters. So Wang Zhi Yi, very sadly, couldn't contest the final a couple of weeks ago in Korea. She was due to play against Kim Ga-eun, and she gave a walkover and didn't play last week either. Whereas Blichfeldt did play last week, and she lost in the first round to Cho Chu-wong, who went all the way through to the semi-final. Will turn 27 last month, and 5'8.5". Currently 33 on the world rankings, has been as high as 11. But Wang Zhi Yi is playing off her highest world ranking. It's her 4th week in total, 2nd spell as world number 5, the 24-year-old from Shaanxi in Jingzhou province, or Hubei province, Jingzhou city. Third appearance at the China Super 1000 event near Blichfeldt, and as yet has never won a match at this tournament. Wang Zhi Yi is playing in her 2nd consecutive China Open Super 1000 event, and last year she lost in the 2nd round to the player who she's replaced at the top of the draw, the eventual champion a year ago, An-Se Young. Well, that's another Popov brother, isn't it, Steen?
Yes, I think it's the kid brother to both Christo and
Ready to play?
Toma. I'm embarrassed to say I'm not exactly sure what his name is.
Well, the fact that Father Popov is on the coaching bench very much confirms, as we look at our court officials for this one from Singapore and Sri Lanka, very much confirms that Blichfeldt has left the Danish setup and is now living and training in France pretty much all time. In fact, Steen, I think she's actually come out and said that she's left the Danish training camp, hasn't she?
Yeah, she has. That's fully official. That's fully official. Plays Danish league matches for the club that I'm coaching.
So you know her pretty well then?
Yeah, and reasonably well. She's been injured a lot, and
yes, she
and
has.
not
Yeah.
on a daily club practice.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Mayor Blichfeldt, Denmark. And on my left, Wang Zhi Yi, China. Wang Zhi Yi to serve. Love all. Play.
So the reigning Asian champion, Wang Zhi Yi, getting this first round women's singles match underway against Mia Blichfeldt. It's going wide.
Service over. 1 love.
4 finals in 12 tournaments for this lady so far this year. Won the Indonesia Masters, of course the Asia Championships in Ningbo, and the Malaysia Masters.
1 all.
4 finals in 12 tournaments. That's exactly a third of all tournaments she's reached the final. That's not bad going, is it?
That's quite good accomplishment. There's many players in the world ranking who's gained a spot by actually not doing anything, because her Bing Zhao, the Olympic silver medalist, retired, so she's out of the world rankings.
That's a beautiful smash. That
Service
really is
over.
wonderful. My
2,
goodness me, no wonder
3.
she's smiling at that. Take a look at this. Look how crisply that goes down, and that was plumb on the line.
Play back at the net there by Blichfeldt. The question mark is, of course, where does Wang Zhi Yi stand following the withdrawal from that final and last week's tournament in Hong Kong?
I seem to recall she had a very tough semi-final, didn't she?
4,
In
3.
Mokpo at the Korean Open. And I can't remember exactly what the injury problem was.
No, I'm not sure either, but it sounds like
Yeah,
it's
that's
something that could be cured with rest. She has had knee problems earlier on.
Service
Wang Zhi
over.
Yi.
4 all.
Has played a long semi-final against Simu Jin,
That's right.
who went on to win the Chinese Taipei Open.
She had a great couple of weeks,
Yeah.
actually, Sim, didn't she? That was a total mishit.
5.
And she's
4.
shot up the world rankings too, hasn't she?
Yeah, that's what I like. Is the players that don't make the Olympics. Her 2 compatriots, Kim Ga-eun and An Se-yong, they made it. So she needs to focus after the Olympics, when people are taking a little bit of break. That's where she is to sort of make her mark, and she's done so. Simu Jin, who was the hero of the Youth Cup team for 2022.
And in the 5th and final match, I seem to recall she beat the person on
5
court right
all.
now,
Exactly.
Wang Zhi Yi.
Air shot.
Service over.
Steen, remind me, did
6,
you
5.
manage to hear what was said
My
about,
judge.
about
Right
the
court.
toss of the coin.
I couldn't hear it, but I watched it not on the screen because we zoom in on the coin, so it's impossible to see what goes on. But here in the arena, I could see that Mia Blichfeldt immediately chose to start on the near side here.
Yeah, hitting with the drift. Much more difficult for singles players to play with the drift, because one of the very basic tactics of singles is to try and outmaneuver your opponent, and to do that you need to use all 4 corners of the court, and if you can't control the shuttle to the back of the court, then that's a major problem.
7-5.
That's a gift.
It's the second in a row, two netted service returns. That's simply playing it too sharp.
Or trying to play it too sharp.
Exactly.
Nine, 5.
Six of the last 7 points to this lady.
She hasn't really scored herself. Wang Zhi Yi. I recall from the Indonesian World and Olympic champion Kamboja, he said badminton is an easy game. You just have to play the shuttle over the tape one more time than your opponent. That's sometimes underestimated.
Yeah, that's well played on that rally from the Blichfeldt.
It's over.
Doing the thing we discussed in the men's doubles with Young and overcomplicating things. Sometimes you're trying to do much more than you have to.
Yeah.
Give the opponent a chance to make an error themselves, if there's more than one of them.
Oh, that was loose. No wonder it was punished.
It's over.
So
11-6.
It's a 5-point advantage for the world number 5 and number 3 seed here at the China Open, Wang Zhi Yi, here at the mid-game interval of the opening game.
The first time you push, second time control. Not any time the same speed, okay? Push, control. On this side, you can touch the next speed. You make a lot of cross now. It's difficult to control the wing, okay? Push. Okay? The front foot, relax, because tension like this, open like this, to be ready to play, okay? To be ready to play. Because she wants to play that, but you must be ready to play.
20 seconds.
Very good. It's okay. Go. Fine.
Players on court. Yeah. 11-6. Bill. Play.
Well, I have to say, Wang Zhi Yi, her movement so far, I've been trying to keep an eagle eye on it, and it looks fine. So whatever the injury problem was, I think you're right, Steen, that a little bit of rest has been able to cure it. 2 weeks rest, to be precise.
Yeah.
That's gone long. Now, what was Tomopov
6.
advising Blichfeldt there? Steen?
What I could hear, he was having his back to the microphone, Tomopov, what I could hear was that he urged Mia Blichfeldt to push on the first possibility and then sort of control or block the next one. And the thing is, if you can do that
6.
and sort of get the opponent a little bit off balance or a tiny split second behind in reaction, then you have a good chance because the opponent is playing up against the drift, so you'll get something that you can work with on the next one. That can also be accomplished by a little deception, which we saw here.
Oh, that's going wide.
Service over. 7-13.
Oh, that's a nice looking backhand, but my goodness, that
Service
shows the
over.
drift, doesn't it?
14.
You could almost see
7.
that Blichfeldt felt that she had to give everything to get that back on normal circumstances, but here it was too much.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that you can do when playing the near side of the court here. You can actually hit all 4 corners. Normally it's impossible to play a cross clear from that pressured situation, but that's possible here.
Thank you.
So I think you still probably have to be careful with the cross-court clears, that even those might go long.
14-7.
Because it lies so deep in you that this is one where you really have to use all your power.
Yeah. Wasn't ready for the return of
7.
serve. Oh, that's a wonderful net shot. And in fact, Wang Zhi Yi
16.
just apologises for the fact that it was a net court. But just look how early she takes it. Look at that. Gives it a little bit of height so that it comes down close to the net.
Yeah, and it has its top point on her own side of the net.
Yes.
Service over. 8-16.
Good serve.
Nice follow-up. I like
9,
that.
16. Return the shuttle.
Three straight points.
Good deception. Oh, that's well played. Super deception by Wang Zhi Yi. That's what she can do. She can push her center play forward and makes these little deceptions at the front court, push Blichfeldt to the back court. And then once in a while, it's going to be a deceptive shot to the front court. So that's why it's so difficult to play the near side here, because you still have to cover full court. And you really don't have the option of just playing long.
Thank you. $17-10. Service over.
That's another very good
11,
smash from Blichfeldt
17.
down the backhand side of Wang Zhi Yi. Very accurate. I can see the
11.
thought process here. She wanted to try and use the drift to lift it a second time, but it simply wasn't deep enough.
Good shot. Oh, brilliant beauty.
Gosh, it wasn't it?
19-11.
The way she looked in total control. A little drop shot down the backhand side, then the sharp angle down the forehand side of the Dane. Really is wonderful play from Wang Zhi Yi.
Service over. 12-19. I judge. I judge. Mia on court. Twelve, 19. Play. Yes. 13-19.
Don't smash.
She has attacked well when she's had the opportunity,
Yeah.
Blichfeldt. There's another nice one. No, it's well left.
14-19.
Oh, my word.
Service over.
She was early enough,
20. Game point.
and it was almost as if
40.
she seemed to get it caught on her racket.
Yeah.
Yeah. So game point opportunities for the Asian champion Wang Zhi Yi. It's gone long of the back line.
Game.
And 21-14, the opening game.
First game won
To
by
Wang
Wang
Zhi
Zhi
Yi.
Yi. 21-14.
Umpire just confirming that scoreline. Opening game taking 18 minutes. She knew early on that was going to go long. Confirmation once again, 21-14, 18 minutes.
第二呢，要跟他一样完全必须拿高。那你想你往前在低的话，他高点你可能没法打，对不对？所以做好一切困难准备。第一攻球，第二往前要拿到有错球的机会，好吧？实在逼得没办法，我自己该弹后弹，好吗？相信他肯定重心会向前压得很快，向前压得快的话呢，你假如有后场或者界外的话，那他就会有点晕，知道吧？把这两个事情做好。
Now you can start with the same energy. You can make sometimes flick, all service. You try all service, flick, so every time you change. Okay. Now we are ready. Okay. Allez, come on. Come.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Three. Second game, the ball, play.
So here we go with the second game. Wang Zhi Yi, one game to the good against Mia Blichfeldt. It's well left. I think there's a very slight right to left drift, Steen.
Right to left? Wow,
Right to left, yeah.
perhaps.
Not significant.
No.
Look at the way she takes that early, isn't that just lovely? And again there. Absolutely commanding the rally from the onset, Wang Zhi Yi.
I was in China for the first time 30 years ago
Yeah,
in a European trip that was kindly arranged by the Chinese BA, and I think the players there, definitely the coach, that was me, had a shock, because the Chinese players back then, they started out an exercise where you played front court against full court. And the European players, they were used to doing like 2 minutes, 3 minutes or something. But the exercise went on for 20 minutes, and then it changed. 20 minutes the other way, so it's the other players' turn to have full court now. And that's just very useful here, because right now Wang Zhi Yi is basically playing full court against front court.
yes. Because she can't really hit to the back.
She can't really hit to the back. Once in a while, she's got to go for it. You
Well,
see that?
Yeah, Mia Blichfeldt actually missed it. I don't think she meant to leave it,
1-3.
and it went long of the back line, and that's the issue. Yeah, no wonder there's a little smile there from Wang Zhi Yi. Did Blichfeldt hurt herself there?
I don't know.
Her
maybe she
elbow
did.
or something?
Maybe she hit herself by missing the swing.
One, 3.
And it's super demanding playing full court against front court, of course. Also dependent on your opponent, whether he or she is aware of how to play it.
It's over.
But you have to have
4,
really good
1.
movement, you have to have good stamina, and you have to have good technical skills. You cannot do the same over and over again. You've got to have variations within that small limited area that you can actually play.
Oh,
5-1.
there's a couple of times she's made errors, like to get game points for her opponent in the opening game.
Yeah.
On the net shots, it's almost as if she sort of snatches at it a little bit.
I think it's
That's
a
nice.
European disease.
I saw that as good.
I thought it was good as well.
What, snatching at net,
No.
front net?
Not being strong enough on the front court. I think the only player who puts it away well enough on the front court from Europe, that's that's not Mia Blichfeldt. It's Mia Blichfeldt in the picture here, but it's Carolina Marin.
Yes.
And she's not able to do it at the moment because she's on crutches.
Yeah.
But the European players, they want to win from the back court, and that's not possible.
Yeah, I thought it was in.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. 6-1.
Do you know how Carolina's getting on?
Play.
Is she going
No.
to make a comeback?
And from her social media posts, I have a feeling that she's going to give it a shot.
Good. Oh, that's wonderful news.
Service over.
There's a situation where Wang Zhi Yi didn't really commit to the front court. That's one of the things. You cannot be at the front court thinking about how am I going to play the next shot at the back court. You've got to commit fully to what you're doing in the moment.
Missed it.
Service over. 7-2.
Oh, missed. You know, this is another sign to me that she's over anxious or perhaps running out of ideas as to how she's actually going to win the points, because I actually said in the opening game I thought Mia Blichfeldt was attacking particularly well. She was hitting accurate, good smashes.
Yeah.
Last two rallies, 2 big misses.
Yeah, and if you think just before she hits the shuttle, what is the
That's gone wrong.
chance? What is the probability of winning the rally? Well, it's more than 50% because she's playing from a good position, and it goes from more than 50% to 0 in one shot.
Yeah.
And that's got to be better. You've got to make the opponent work for their points. And we'll discuss that in the next team match.
It's over. 3-9.
Is she your top singles player in your team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's over.
Well, quickly before the mid-game interval, here's a fun fact for you, Steen. Mia Blichfeldt, I was telling you, was playing in her 3rd China Super 1000 event here in Changzhou. The previous 2 she lost in the first round, which sounds as if she hasn't done terribly well, but the 2 players she's lost to, both in 2018 and last year, went on to win the tournament.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Could happen.
Could happen again, couldn't it? Because I think Wang Zhi Yi is looking very good. No sign of the injury problems at all. And an 8-point advantage here in the second game, having already won the first.
然后第二个大胆的嘛，因为你给的网前，你哪怕给金网风一吹都是圆网，圆网就人家很好吹，所以你给完是大胆要给，这个时候他推出来正好，你才能抢到底，知道吗？那他到目前为止，他没有一个假的说从这个网前可以放死，那你就果断往后走啊。
Cross side. Move this side. Be careful, left side. Come, come.
So 11-3, the advantage to the Asian champion, Wang Zhi Yi, against the Dane, Mia Blichfeldt.
12-3.
And that's good positioning of the smash. Across the body of the Dane. Oh, that was nice. It's going wide.
We might have a case for that right
Sideways.
to left drift.
Yeah, I think I do.
Service over. 4. 13.
Mistake from Wang Zhi Yi. That was totally out of nowhere. Wasn't a hard shot, in my opinion.
I thought she was perhaps taking the shuttle a little late, which may have
And close to the body.
Yeah, may have contributed to the error. Only she will know for certain. That's a nice cross-court net shot. Oh, and then follows it up with the body smash.
6-13.
That was wonderful from Blichfeldt. Look at that. That's nigh on perfection. This is a good little spell from Blichfeldt.
7-13.
What's happened? What's changed, Steve?
There's not so many casual mistakes. I don't know if Wang Zhi Yi has dropped down a little bit, but I think Blichfeldt, it seems that she's playing a little bit more freely and sort of trying everything she can now. The thing is, the consistency level, if that's gone up, then that's a positive. But that also requires that there's no sort of quick, easy mistakes in the next 5 rallies or so.
So it's over. 14-7.
There was a big threat from Wang Zhi Yi there, wasn't there? Look, she stands her ground.
Yeah, but Blichfeldt is playing the side where she can lift.
Yes. Yeah. So why not hold a little hold and flick to the back of the court?
Exactly.
So it's over. 8-14.
Like that.
That's better.
Much better.
Very alert on the front court.
9-14.
And she's got to overcome the front court, Blichfeldt, after the service. If Wang Zhi Yi is able to play the back court, so be it.
Oh, it's just wide. Well, prior to that last rally,
over.
I think that Blichfeldt had won 6 of the last 7 points.
15-9.
But it's again big chance of winning the rally. And now she's lost it.
So don't go for the lines quite so much.
No.
Give yourself a margin for error.
Yes, you want to play long rallies when you're standing on that far side of the court.
Oh, that's gone wide.
The consistency level is the problem. But I know that this is the first tournament after the Olympics last week in Hong Kong, and now here. And, there was a holiday after the Olympics, so it's early days in terms of practice, and that's what we don't know for a lot of the players that we commentate on. Where are they exactly in their season, in their own schedule, so to speak? Not all tournaments have the same focus and the same build-up. doesn't mean you don't try your best when you're in the
Service over.
tournament.
10,
And of course,
16.
nothing more than the Olympics. People have been building up since the last Olympics.
Exactly.
It's over. 17, 10.
But don't you think this Victor China Open is the
Yeah.
first tournament where all the players are saying, right, okay, the Olympics, whether we're celebrating or commiserating our performance there, right now it's back to business.
No.
This should be.
It should be, but it isn't.
No.
I'm pretty certain it isn't.
Yeah, but it should be.
It should be.
17, 10.
It deserves to be, but it's only 5 weeks after the Olympics. If you go 3 weeks on holiday, then you've got only 1 week to practice, maybe 2 weeks to practice before if you take a 14 days vacation, you've got 1 week to practice before you travel to Asia.
Yeah.
And that's the thing for every
18,
player.
10.
Yeah, but in all honesty, I think we're being quite lenient on the players when you think that the tennis players have had one of their 4 majors since the Olympics.
Yeah.
And if people doubt what the
19,
Olympics now means to tennis players, you should just have a look back at Djokovic's
He
reaction
was quite happy.
when he won.
Yeah.
So it does mean a lot to the tennis players now. I don't think it did necessarily in the
Service
past, but
over.
it does now.
No,
10,
Boris Becker was there to
11,
have coffee with. I don't know
19.
who it was he wanted to have coffee with. He said it openly.
Well, it's just about now or never as far as Mia Blichfeldt is concerned. Oh, miss at the front of the
It's over.
court. And it is match point opportunities for Wang
Match
Zhi Yi.
point, 11.
Super.
Service over. 12, 20.
That's the marking we're basically aiming for.
Yeah.
Giving yourself a little bit of room for error.
Game.
Another error on the net play from Mia Blichfeldt. And it means that the number 3 seed, Wang Zhi Yi, is safely through to the second round. 2 straight games for the reigning
Match won by
Asian
Wang Zhi Yi.
champion.
21-14, 21-12.
21-14, 21-12 confirmed our umpire. 38 minutes in total. The final rally. And the error on the net shot. And it is Wang Zhi Yi who will go through to the second round, where she'll play against either Lauren Lam or Shang Man from China. So confirmation once again, 21-14, 21-12 in 38 minutes.